XCN to $1, 100x gains. This is NC Hammer Crypto. My name is Neil, keeping technical analysis short and sweet. Thank you guys for informing me that the last video I did on XCN had no volume. I'm unsure why YouTube didn't allow it, but here we are yet again, spending my day looking at the charts. So Onyx coin, like we've talked about, it did have that strong support here at 1 cent. We expect that it may have a further drop down here anywhere within this range to 0.007 to 0.009, more or less. That did not happen. We had that quick pullback and then some wicking off here, getting close to the 200 EMA, which is expected. And so with that pullback, it brings the RSI to the healthy 50 area, so it can get closer to that yellow line, test it, and potentially form a W and start heading to the overbought area. With that rejection, we had that little bit of a pullback. Everybody freaks out when there's a pump. Know that with every pump, there is always a retracement, more than likely. Even with a major pump up like this, when we went up to 0.018, we had a retracement all the way back down to 0.00837 before ultimately taking off the rest of the 2,000%. So with XCN, I'm unsure what I said in the previous video. If you guys watch the other videos as well, or just listen to me dronely talk for 25 minutes, it's greatly appreciated, as I need so many hours to start monetizing so we can get this information to more people. But with XCN, we are having that little bit of a pullback. September 16th and 17th, or 17th and 19th, something like that. Somewhere in these next couple days, within this week, the SEC is most likely going to reduce the just money in general. We're going to have a huge influx of money flowing into the crypto market as well as the stock market. We had this recent pump to start building a nice base for XCN. We could imagine once it gets over this 200 EMA that we're going to have a little bit of resistance on this downward red trend line. But once that is broken, the 618 is here at 2 cents. The next rough stop is right around 0.027 cents, which you're looking at nearly double, almost triple your money. But what we really want to see is the Fibonacci from the previous high down to the low, more or less. And the next 618 is here at 0.033. Beyond that, the real retracement is 0.049, which was its previous 2,000% increase, which it got a little bit of rejection as expected. We did not expect it to pull back very far, but as we can see, it made a major retracement. It's building some very strong support off this black upward trend line, double bottoming, forming a W, a lot of good visual stimulation for XCN. Main thing is we need a little bit more volumes to start getting this to push up over this 200 EMA and break that red downward trend line. The next stops, like we were talking about, are within those areas on the Fibonacci retracement, but ultimately we've seen this thing take off astronomically from almost nothing. A little bit of volume, push this thing 2,000%. A little bit of volume in this can easily push this up to the 10 cent mark on this chart. The all-time high is actually 18 cents all the way up here, which I believe is nearly 18% of your profit ratio, or 18-fold your money. Let's move it all the way up here to 18 cents. 1,600% more or less with XCN. Astronomical gains to come here in the near future. A little bit of money will go a long way, as this is like buying XRP before XRP took off to its 50 cent area. XCN can be hitting the 41 cent area in the future. But as of right now, we want to focus on being able to pull out your profits and not get trapped yet again within the upward movement. It can move very, very quickly, and with that, people get scared and have a tendency to sell early. Like, we might have a sell-off around 2 cents. We might have a sell-off at 0.27 cents. That can happen very quickly. Quick retracement with everybody buying it back up, pushing it to a new high, which means you miss out on huge potential profits, because even moving from 1 cent to 4 cents may not seem like much. That is a very, very big ROI, about 300% increase up to that 0.04 cents. And if we are expecting 0.18 cents for the previous all-time high, we typically expect double that, so potentially 30 to 40 cents. Could we see $1? Anything is possible in crypto, but buying in at the absolute low is your best bet. So when you start taking profits, if you don't want to keep as big of a bag and you made a good potential ROI on your entries around roughly 2 cents or even a penny, if you got in at this low, I would recommend diversifying into other cryptocurrencies, as we see that BNT is at 77 cents. However, BNT's all-time high is all the way up here at $20. So when you do the ROI in comparison to XCN to BNT, both have similar functions, but BNT is building very, very strong support on this upward black trend line. The next push is roughly to the 97 cents. Beyond that, $1.53. Beyond that, it's got a very long way to go to hit its all-time highs. So 77 cents turning into $20 is roughly the equivalent of XCN's 1 cent turning into 18 cents. And when we hit that $20 mark, we have the potential to hit the $40 mark. So putting a few bucks into BNT to diversify your portfolio is definitely a good bet. And I will actually sneak in DNT, moving back to XCN. DNT is similar to XYO, strong consolidation. This thing will be violent as well. Currently 2 cents, but its last rip, we saw it do an easy 20x from its previous low. So these are other options compared to XCN if you want to diversify. Maybe XCN goes up 600%. You're like, that's very good ROI. Pull out, wait for the pullback, and while the pullback is happening, you can be putting your money into DNT and BNT or other cryptocurrencies. None of this financial advice. We don't have the exact exit plans for XCN. We want to see where it starts holding stability, but I will try to keep you updated on that. And if you guys go and watch my other videos, it's greatly appreciated. It's got a lot of other good options. When XCN starts to pop, you're going to want to start pulling profits, just not too early. You want to know when to start taking them and reinvesting them, if not back into XCN, into those other potential coins that are listed in the other videos. I know 25-minute videos are very long. If you just press play and just ignore it, go bake a cake or something, and then come back and watch a more important video, any time watched on my videos is greatly appreciated. And like and subscribe if you want. References in the description below. I will bring up Tornado Cash as well. XCN has been decreasing in price. Tornado Cash has only increased price by over 100% within the past couple months, while XCN is decreasing. Strong support on this $15 mark, as we had strong support on the $10 to $11 mark, and we only have up to go from here. When we invert this into a different chart, we see that there's an absolute ridiculous amount of way to go to hit its all-time high, and it is something I highly recommend. Me personally, up over 100%, increased my position size at $11, increased my position size at 14, and will increase if we hold above 15. But right now, Tornado Cash is probably your absolute best bet. But XCN can whiplash and take off like no other. That's it for this video. Good luck, have fun with it, and you can trade Tornado Cash on MEXC, reference in the description below, and I will see you guys on the next one.